Amazon started as a humble online bookstore, and today it's global platform, cloud provider, and entertainment powerhouse, and much, much more. This is Better Business Podcast. My name is Alexei, and today I want to talk about the story of Amazon and some of the key takeaways that can really help a lot of business owners. Let's go. All right. Well, first of all, Amazon was launched as Abracadabra back in 1994. And very quickly, they changed it to Amazon because that really didn't look or sound very good. And the thing with Amazon was that they had a vision that they wanted to become world's largest bookstore. And they wanted to utilize the technology that was available at a time that was really growing. Internet, as you remember, was getting faster and faster. We're talking back like dial-up going into ISD and ADSL and all that sort of thing. And I guess one of the most impressive facts when they started was that they went into 50 US states and 45 countries in just 30 days after launching, which was really quite impressive. They went public in 1997 with a market cap of $438 million. And just to give you some idea, within 2 years, that is massive growth, massive. And then from there, they basically, soared in terms of their sales from $500,000 to about $148 million. So that's something in 2 years. And obviously going from a private company to public, that's not unheard of, but that at the time was really, really impressive. Now, the key takeaway here is that they really had a clear understanding of a niche where they wanted to be. And they had obsessed customers who basically wanted a product and they wanted some innovation around that particular industry. And that allowed them to scale really, really fast. The whole online sort of thing was really just starting, but the whole idea and the concept of scalability was there from day one. So niche is really the key here. I think a lot of businesses really start quite broad. And if you look at Amazon right now, it does look like a company that does a bit of everything. But really, when they started, they had that really clear niche focus. And then from there, they grew. And if you look at each one of their companies, or segments of the company, they are niched to a specific business model, if you like, and a specific type of customer that they work with. So moving forward in the year 2000, Amazon Marketplace has begun. Now, Marketplace is something that allows any person with a product to sell something on a marketplace. So essentially using their shelves to sell your products if you're looking at it from a bricks and mortar perspective. But overall, over 60% of all the products sold on Amazon are basically done using the marketplace. And this means the third-party sellers this is not their own product. Just think about that. I mean, the whole idea of using other people's products and resources to grow your customer base as well as build your brand is amazing. And overall, while the marketplace only accounts for about a quarter of their overall revenue, you will find that the scalability, the opportunity that is in there is just massive. I mean, I come across all sorts of ads where people talk about, learning to sell or wanting, getting people to get into buying and selling on Amazon, eBay, that sort of thing. And, marketplace is definitely huge. Amazon from there just has gone bananas. Now, I guess the takeaway here is that it's really about having a platform that is specific, that is defined, and that really serves a purpose. And I think if you look into, Amazon Marketplace with their Prime subscription, it is one of a kind. It is something that a lot of people have tried copying, but the scale of that particular business is just enormous. I mean, it covers the entire world. And I think everybody loves this whole thing about, getting their product delivered the next day. Now, Amazon Web Services, AWS. Now, this is a very specific product, and it was launched in the year 2002. What's interesting about it is Amazon started investing a lot of dollars into their own infrastructure, and they ended up with a product like no other. And they started offering it to the public, basically. So they launched services like S3, EC2, and that was all happening around the year 2006. Now, if you look at the world, you will find that the majority of universities, the majority of a lot of developers are using AWS for their development. Like they have become the leaders in software development, in line with companies like Microsoft, where they've got a specific specialization and a platform for that. Now, what's interesting is that while this is about 20% of their overall revenue, their operating profit comes from AWS, and it's about 60% of the whole thing. So while this thing is completely different, if you look at the whole business as a whole, this is a huge chunk of the operating profit. And it's quite interesting how they use that infrastructure bit, which they use themselves, to generate that revenue and really connect with a lot of organizations around the world as well. So I guess the key takeaway here is that the infrastructure, if you build it for yourself, you can really make it a profitable product if you start offering it to the public as well. We certainly found that with our hosting, managed hosting, I should say, product, when we use it for ourselves, and we basically get to see exactly what is lacking, how we can improve it, and then offering it to customers that have similar needs certainly allows us to solve a much, much bigger problem. Now, Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime is something that everybody loves. I think majority of people, certainly have a subscription. Here in Australia, it's around $60 a year. In the US, I think it's a different story. And really what you get is, the priority shipping, and you get your entertainment. Now, there's obviously services like music, there's reading, games, and there's all sorts of things that they keep throwing in. But Amazon Prime was started in the year 2005. And overall, it's basically about loyalty. Now, loyalty program is something that every big business is dreaming of. Qantas has got their frequent flyers. There's all sorts of, credit card point systems and whatnot as well. Amazon basically came up with Prime. And it's quite interesting how they wrapped it up, because that really allowed them not only to create customer loyalty and repetition of purchases, it also allowed them to raise funds specifically to start another venture within their business. And I'm talking about, Prime Video and Entertainment. Now, that started in the year 2011. And overall, I guess the strategy is, being able to do original content, which is what companies like Netflix or Stan, are doing. And they've got some pretty good, shows, I must say. The Boys, Lord of the Rings. It's something that really creates further brand loyalty. And if they are able to create excellent products, that really allows to reinforce their brand and overall customer experience. I mean, if I search to buy something online, chances are Amazon will pop up, and I'll at least consider it as a result of this whole exercise. So I guess moral of the story here is that the entertainment component really deepens the engagement and turns subscribers into loyal fans. So you got Prime, then you've got the entertainment part. So really, they have got it covered from all the fronts. I mean, as a small business owner, what can you do? I think loyalty programs, there's many different variations of it, but overall, you want to make sure that you reward your customers for continuously engaging with your business. You want to make sure that the experience is pleasant. And it's not necessarily about creating your own program, especially if you're a small business. I mean, you can partner with other businesses. You can offer added value. You can partner up with your other trusted businesses within your network and do cross promotions. This way, at least people are getting the best out of your network. And to a lot of people, that would really mean a lot. So let's go back to Amazon. I guess other expansions that are worth mentioning are things like Kindle. They launched Kindle in 2007. And you can think about this as the iPod for the books. iPod basically revolutionized the entire music industry by getting people to subscribe to iTunes and basically replace those old CD stores. I mean, I'm sure some of you may miss those, but yeah, it's basically just a part of the technological evolution. So Kindle has done exactly the same thing with the books, and then they've expanded into things like Audible for audiobooks, and they've got a whole bunch of other programs as well. I think one other thing that's worth mentioning is their logistical centers. Amazon has built amazing fulfillment houses where they basically are customizing their packaging, they're optimizing their delivery. And I think the whole idea of 3PL has really come from Amazon and they logistical houses. And, in some countries, they even use things like, drone delivery. And I think it's just going to keep going, from there into other new streams that are developing as well. I guess the lesson here is they're really looking to experiment with a whole bunch of different things. And look, there's a lot of flops in any business. I'm sure Amazon has got quite a few projects that didn't go. So does Google, so does Apple. I mean, there's a lot of things behind the scenes. And if you do your research, you'll find out that not every single project goes live. I mean, these are all the success stories that we can relate to. Now, bear in mind, they're not all super profitable, but some of these avenues, they are complementing other areas of the business. And as a whole, that really builds, Jeff Bezos' empire, which is called Amazon. So there you go. I mean, that's really quite a recap for you, I think. I mean, Cadabra is where it all started, and now that became Amazon. I'm not sure if the name Cadabra would have been as successful, but you'd be the judge of that as well. Anyway, well, hopefully now you can see how a business can go from a bookstore into a marketplace, and then, innovation, entertainment, all sorts of things as well. I mean, what's the story behind your business? What is it that you want to do? Where are the opportunities? And most importantly, where is the market? I think these are the questions you got to really ask yourself. Anyway, if you're keen to discuss that, hit me up. My name is Alexei. This is Better Business Podcast. I will chat to you soon.